What's up, guys? This is Alex Kelly back here with another episode of the Furloughed Film Talks podcast with my brother Ryan.
Hey, everybody.
We've got a new jersey, a custom Furloughed Film Talks jersey on right now.
Yeah.
Nice, all the way from Germany. Thank you, Angela.
From the Deutschland.
Deutschland. This thing's badass, man. It's very, very authentic. It's got a number 2 on the back with Captain Crohn's written on it.
So nice. When do I get mine?
Do you want one from Germany?
You know how much it was?
I have no idea, actually. I can find out.
Can you?
Yeah, maybe.
Ask the purveyor.
Yes, be like, where'd you get said jersey? Or I could just like...
We could look up on our website.
Yeah, it has the thingy on it.
Yeah.
So we'll get Ryan a jersey as well with... What would you put on your back? Just Kelly?
Yeah.
40, what number? 40? No.
Number
4? Yeah.
Numero quattro.
Numero quattro.
Yeah.
So thank you, everybody who is either listening or watching this on our YouTube live stream that we do every Monday and Thursday. Please check that out and hit that subscribe button. Or if you're listening to on any of the podcast platforms, thank you so much for listening. I see Vinny. What's up, Vinny? Also, check out our Instagram at Furloughed Film Talks and Twitter at Furloughed Film. We are going to do a review today of a movie starring Carey Mulligan. It is insane. Called Promising Young Woman.
This is a long time coming. This movie's been out like 4 months now almost.
Yeah, it's been out for a while. So we will go ahead and review that in its entirety.
I'll keep you.
Oh, fuck
I got it.
We have not seen Chaos Walking just yet.
No. Is that on? That's in theaters, right?
Yes, it's in theaters.
Yeah.
We will check that out at some point soon. We've got a lot.
What is Cherry? Cherry comes out next weekend or this weekend?
Next weekend.
Okay.
Yeah, it's.
We wouldn't be able to see it this weekend anyways. I guess we could see it Sunday.
Yeah.
We should go see something Sunday.
Yeah, we definitely need to. What do we have going on Saturday night?
You have something with your woman.
With Angela.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then the UFC fight.
Oh, yeah. I keep forgetting there's a UFC fight. Did you see what Dana White said?
No.
He heard that Texas was opening and immediately called up Dallas and was trying to get a fight here. And
Let's go.
And Dallas said no.
Why?
Dallas was just like, nah.
Fucking Clay Jenkins, man.
So they're like, we're going to go down to Houston.
I want to have a fight with Clay Jenkins. I'm
Clay
in a cage.
Jenkins would kick your ass.
Would he?
I don't know.
I mean, you can't do it with Greg Abbott because...
So we'll review Promising Young Woman at the end of the episode. And then before that, we will talk about the news that dropped a little bit earlier today about Marvel developing a Mutants movie. X-Men are coming to the MCU. So we'll talk about that here in a minuto. But I wanted to update Ryan real quick on 2 different things that we have talked about in the past that now have confirmed release dates, one on Netflix and one on streaming and DVD. The Last Blockbuster is being taken to Netflix next Friday.
Really?
Yeah. So directed by Taylor Morden. All about The Last Blockbuster in Bend, Oregon.
I still haven't seen that yet.
You haven't, have you?
No.
I need to get my copy back from my assistant principal because I loaned it to him.
Really?
Yeah. He wanted to watch it. And I was like, all right.
You're probably never going to see that again.
Probably not. But it is on Netflix, so it doesn't matter. We can all watch it. It'll be next Friday. It drops on Netflix. So
was that copy signed by anyone?
No.
Or okay.
So everybody check that out. I saw that today, and I was like, oh, that's cool. So just wanted to let people
it's
know about
badass.
that. It's super cool for him. Hopefully a lot more people are able to watch it now. The other one you already knew about.
Bastards Road.
Bastards Road. We actually got a message from John, and he was like, hey, it's happening. I was like, oh my God, dude. So that movie got picked up by
Gravitas.
our good friends, Gravitas Ventures. We've messaged with them a couple of times on Twitter. Yeah, they're very good. They do some great work. So they have worldwide rights to Bastards Road, which won the best documentary at the 2020 Santa Barbara Film Festival. It will be coming out digital and DVD on May 11th. So right before Memorial Day weekend.
Should we announce what we're doing next Thursday? Or do you want to wait until...
Let's wait. Oh, wait, next Thursday?
Yeah, let's wait.
Is that what I'm thinking of? The
book.
Yeah. I mean, we can say.
No, that's what... I always feel better when we have it recorded.
Yeah, and done.
So
we've got an announcement for next Friday's episode.
Yes.
So check back in for that because it's pretty cool.
So did you look into the thing in New Orleans?
The theater?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know the only movie they're showing,
No.
at least for like this week,
What?
Nomadland.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's like one theater.
What theater is it?
Pierce Sharma? I don't know. I don't know how to say it.
Is it like?
It's the oldest movie theater in Louisiana.
Oh, jeez, where is it in New Orleans?
That's a good question.
Because there's like certain areas that we just can't go to.
Obviously, yeah, it's just the oldest New Orleans movie theater.
But you were saying like well, you were really drunk, so. But you're saying like you want to maybe try to do a live show from the theater.
Oh, did I tell you that?
That's so fun. We're doing a live show.
Yeah, that'd be fun, dude.
3 people are watching.
Britannia Theater.
All right, but where is it? Hold on. Let's look at the maps.
Did I really tell you about this?
Yeah,
I
you
thought
did.
this was just in my head.
Oh no, okay, that's fine.
In a good area?
Yeah, we can do that.
Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I need to reach out
that's
to
in a
them.
really nice area actually. It's over by Tulane.
Yeah, so I need to just reach out to them and be like, hey, I'm going to be in town. Can we just set up in your like atrium?
I mean, I guess.
Yeah,
Like-
why not? Why not?
It's silly.
Because it's either we're gonna here are the options. We either try to do it there or we do it in our hotel room.
Yeah, we should just do it in our fucking hotel room.
No, that's dumb. I want to get out
Why is
and
that
about.
dumb,
I
dude?
want to get out and about and do it, man.
Let's do it.
Let's just do it on bourbon.
I was about to say, let's just set up a camera in front of Jackson
Pat
Square.
O'Brien's or something. Oh yeah,
Yeah, just
we
like,
won't get kicked out for doing that.
people sell fucking art there. We can set up and do.
We need Wi-Fi.
our artwork. We can do it on our phone.
Yeah, true.
We just prop our phone up somewhere.
That'd be awesome.
We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. We're gonna do something fun though, because we're going to Nolans.
2 weeks. Oh, I got
2 weeks
approved
from yesterday.
I got approved.
Time off.
Yeah,
Nice. Awesome. After when did you get approved?
today.
After we bought all the flights.
I wasn't
booked those.
really worried about it.
Yeah,
There's nothing going on.
Well, yeah, it's like the middle of the month for you, so it's not a huge deal.
Yeah.
We are way off topic here. Anyways,
But I'm
Bastards-
excited. I'm really
yeah, it's gonna be
excited.
a lot of fun. But Bastards Road, congratulations to them. Brian and John are both great dudes. They're gonna come back on in May to
Mhm.
talk about the release of it, so we're excited to have them back on.
We got to be better about like chronicling our trips.
What do you mean?
Well, I mean, like you went all the way to fucking Oregon and like barely took any pictures or like.
Oh, I took a
anything.
bunch of photos. I just never posted them.
There you
which
go.
is a problem. Yeah. No, I posted a bunch to the story to like the.
We should see
Furloughed
if Ben
story.
wants to do a live show. We should see.
I want to see him anyways. Yeah, I need to message him too as well.
You do.
Yes.
Yeah, so we
so
want to see Ben.
hi Ben. But yeah, so no, we're really excited because we're reconnecting with people that we have talked to in the past.
Yeah,
and they are all
super cool.
badass
I'm-
motherfuckers.
And John was a dope ass dude. He had like
John's
this
awesome, dude.
Star Wars memorabilia in the background and whatnot.
So I told him that it'll be around the time that we'll be doing this will be like our 100th show.
Yeah, I was there when you.
Okay, well, people at home were not there.
Oh, I'm
right?
sorry.
Uh,
That's true.
and he was basically, I was like, dude, so it's gonna be like around May 4th, which is gonna be like Star Wars Day. And he was like, oh fuck yeah, I'll wear my Star Wars shirt. And I was like, yes. It was great. It was
Cool.
a great conversation.
You know what we should do?
What's that?
We should get fucking someone on Fiverr to like make a an image of like a star what are they called?
Star Wars?
No,
Star Destroyer?
no.
Star Wars?
Stormtrooper.
Stormtrooper.
Or like a stormtrooper mask, but
Yeah.
it's like Furloughed Film Talks colors, and we'll get it on a
Ooh,
shirt.
I like that.
It'll be like
actually.
our anniversary T-shirt,
I like that a lot. Yes.
or we have some other like Star Wars
Memorabilia.
Furloughed Film
Yeah.
logo.
We need to do something like that. That'd be really, really cool.
We really need to get merch.
We do. Yes. That
Yeah.
would be quite helpful.
We have this.
We do now.
So
Yeah.
one of
If
one.
anybody wants a Furloughed Film Talks jersey, let me know.
You need to get like a bigger C to like iron on over that.
Yeah, dude, it's kind of small and like
Just get a huge ass one that you can like just put over it.
I could go to like the Stars and get one because like they have ones you can buy to like put on.
But wouldn't it be like green?
No, it'll be white because it's white that goes on green.
Are you sure?
Yes,
You
I
can
have
do
a
that.
C on my Stars jersey downstairs.
Just
Ryan.
order one really cheap on Amazon now.
True that. Yeah.
Anyways.
Anywho, now let's talk some movies.
Oh, Vinny says he's a small. You want to?
Want to send him a shirt?
Well, we're selling shirts.
Oh, I'm giving Vinny a shirt.
No. We're selling jerseys.
Oh, he wants a small jersey.
I don't know. He just said small.
Yeah, I think he meant shirt.
Wait, now he's saying that he's a medium. How many
What?
shirts do you need, Vinny?
Vinny, what's happening
What's
here?
going on here?
Are you gonna sell them like on the secondary market or something?
Yeah, shit's gonna end up on StockX.
Yeah. What is that?
It's a little app where they sell like sneakers.
Oh, interesting. Anywho, this one is off to a very interesting start. But before we get into the mutants, there is another. What's up?
Nothing.
There's another MCU movie that has some news that came on. The Thor: Love and Thunder.
Yeah.
The new Taika Waititi Thor movie, the fourth one in the series, MCU movie, had some castings in it. Melissa McCarthy is going to be in the movie, Ryan.
Oh, jeez.
Playing fake Hela, which means we get another play like in the third one when Matt Damon showed up as.
I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. That's
So
good.
Matt Damon has already been confirmed. Like there's set photos here of I think you can see Damon in a couple of these. Yeah. You got Damon talking to Luke Hemsworth, who plays Thor in these like weird little plays. And then you also have
Wait, is he related to Chris and Liam?
yes, it's their brother.
How many fucking Hemsworth are out there?
Big three.
That's awesome that they
Yeah.
get him to play like fake Thor.
Fake Thor. So yeah, you got fake Thor, you got fake Loki, you got Sam O'Neill, who was teamed up with Taika Waititi before. He was in Hunt for the Wilder People.
Wasn't he Psycho Sam?
No, he was the uncle.
Oh, so he's the main
Yes.
dude. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was also in
I follow him on
Sam
Twitter.
Neill. You follow him on Twitter?
I do.
Is it Sam Neill or
He's a good follow.
he's awesome. I love him.
He's a like authentic New Zealander.
Oh yeah, he's got a thick accent.
Yeah.
Thick.
5 C's.
But then you got Melissa McCarthy playing fake Hela.
It's really funny because
I
like
love it. Like
yeah.
when I saw the what's it called? The like link that was like Melissa McCarthy is gonna be in Thor, and I was like, the hell? And I-
Should have done probably a more. Oh my god,
yeah.
that's fucking great. You probably should have like said spoiler alerts to people because some people might want to be surprised by that.
I could spoil something else about the movie if they don't want me to say it.
Spoiler alert.
Spoilers. There's going to be space goats in Thor: Love and Thunder too.
Why not?
Yeah,
What?
yeah. They're literally like imagine reindeer
Okay.
for Thor's like chariot basically, but they're
Mhm.
space goats.
Do they pull Thor's chariot?
Yes.
How does the like auction work? Are they just magical beings that don't need?
Yeah, they're Asgardian
Okay.
space goats.
Cool.
I'm so excited.
Cool.
I'm trying to look up space goats real fast.
Love how like Marvel just totally gets away. Like sometimes like physics is a
Is a
issue,
thing.
and sometimes it's not. It's
Sometimes it like matters that there's
like when they have to get like all the Avengers to go back in time to do something, physics matters. But when like whenever Thor does something, it doesn't matter at all. Okay, sure, why not?
yeah, it's kind of wild what they're able to get away with. It's basically because they've done really well. And
Oh, that's fucking creepy as
Yeah,
shit,
dude,
dude.
it's
Oh
gonna-
my god,
it's going to be wild.
that looks like giant goats in a Disney ride or something.
Taika has literally no chill.
Taika can do whatever he wants, man.
Yeah, so he's like, and that's the funniest part about it is he's literally just going as crazy as he wants. Like
Yeah.
basically Disney has said like, yeah, you do whatever the hell you want to do, bro.
Why
Like,
wouldn't they?
yeah, it's awesome.
I really
love it.
admire that man. Vinny's right. Peter Quill is going to be in Thor 4 because it's basically, what are they calling it now? The Asgardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, as Guardians of the Galaxy, which was
Which-
a comic book run.
Like, the Guardians of the Galaxy are my favorite, like, branch of the Marvel family, but, you know,
Having him in there, Chris Pratt and
just like,
Chris
you
Hemsworth.
can only get, you can only take so much, like, fucking Chris Pratt humor in one movie.
What you're saying you don't like Chris Pratt in Moneyball, Ryan?
No, like he's good at Moneyball, but like his like like Peter Quill's personality
It can get grating at times,
can get very grating.
but
Like it's barely like the Guardians of the Galaxy movies are so good that like it's you can get through it. Like there's not too much Peter Quill,
Mhm.
but there were times in some of like the Infinity War and Endgame movies where it's like okay, just
just stop.
can we not?
Yeah, No, I mean, obviously, we're super excited for that movie. Taika's one of our favorite directors. So it's gonna be interesting to see what they do with all of that. Obviously, I don't think anything for that movie is going to be set up by WandaVision tomorrow, but some stuff for Doctor Strange 2 will definitely be set up in tomorrow's finale. So definitely going to have to stay off Twitter all day tomorrow.
Yeah, I actually saw something today. You might have, I think it was Brandon that tweeted it. Something that, like, there was an in scene like still that was like,
oh yeah,
Scarlet Witch will return. And
I think he made that, or like I think somebody like fan made that.
It seemed like it was a picture like off of TV though.
Maybe.
We already knew Scarlet Witch would.
Yeah, like that's been rumored or that's been announced forever ago. Like I think they,
but not the name officially. So like Scarlet Witch, did come out of the show. I don't know.
Yeah,
because critics have gotten the last episode by now, right? Like, so
nobody's seen it. Yeah.
Why aren't they giving? When did they stop giving critics? So after episode 3, they had to like just watch it when it came out.
Basically,
I guess like now that you get the buzz going, like it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter, and you have to like really, I guess, after like episode 3 and episode 4, they were really just trying to clamp down on leaks as much as they could, and having screener links out there in front of a bunch of. And I'm not saying that like press have leaked stuff, but like
some have.
They definitely fucking have. It still chaps my ass that Borat 2 got fucking spoiled for everybody. Like. That, I mean, it was obvious it was going to happen, but like as quickly as it happened was kind of like, really, guys, come on, this is why we can't have nice things. But yeah,
that was kind of weak shit.
It was bullshit, dude. Like the embargo literally lifted, and like 5 minutes later, it was already out that Rudy, like what had happened in the movie.
Right.
So it was just like, cool. Like I'm purposely not putting out a spoiler fucking thing, and 5 minutes later, the fucking Guardian has like full spoilers out, and like they can get away with it because they're the Guardian.
Yeah.
And if we ever did something like that, like we would get shit canned
before the embargo was lifted.
No, not even. Like when they said the embargo was up, they asked for people not to like.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah,
the Guardian did it like way before there's like even supposed to per like the studio's request.
Yeah, so it's just like. Cool, whatever. But like,
anyways,
whatever. Amazon was nice enough to give it to us, and a lot of other people have been really, really cool to give us stuff. So like, I just try to be nice and not do that. Mostly because it's the right thing to do, but also because like I'm not trying to like fuck those relationships up because that's such a shitty thing to do. And
that's not even like the real point of it. It's shitty to do to fans. Like
that too. Yeah, let them experience.
Like, that's the real issue. Is
no, for sure. And I think this
ruining it for people.
And this is a good discussion to have for tomorrow because like there's going to be stuff in this episode that's going to be crazy, and like there's a lot of people who are just not going to be able to watch it until they're done with work, or like when they just don't have time tomorrow. They're not going to be able to watch it until Saturday or Sunday. And if they're scrolling, what are they supposed to do? Just like stay off Twitter all day or like stay off Facebook? And, like that's not fair. Like just don't post pictures or post.
You must be following like a shit ton of people that tweet a lot about Marvel though. Because like I don't have any issues not seeing anything.
Last week by 11 a.m., I had people already posting like pictures of the episode, and I had somebody post like a picture of White Vision. Like it was that quick, and it was just like cool. Like what the fuck am I supposed to do? Like, and it's literally just stay off.
Don't go on Twitter.
Yeah, stay off Twitter all day.
Pretty simple. I told you, like you can mute words. Like just
it doesn't matter. Like I still will see all this crazy shit. It's weird. I just need to like stay off Twitter all day tomorrow. I'll just stay on Robinhood all day.
Just delete the app. GameStop did pretty well today.
They did.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, I was like, I hadn't even checked like all day, and I was like, oh, let's just see. Or no, I got a push notification. It was like it's up 12%, and I was like, what? And it was just like a freaking line up.
Do you still have
I have two and a half.
How the fuck do you have a half share?
Because Robinhood's a bitch.
Robinhood likes you buy half shares
again. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Anywho, but the big
worse than a bucket shop, man.
Yeah. The biggest news of today is my arm still hurts. You go get the fucking shot, then you jerk.
I'm not allowed to have the shot yet, Alex.
True.
How many Microsoft products have you bought since yesterday?
30.
Really?
Yeah, I bought a bunch of Zunes.
Those were cool.
Yeah, I thought I could just like hold on to them. They'll get really
I remember
popular.
the one kid in high school that had Zune.
There was always one. There was
There's
always
one-
one kid.
There was
We had
always
one
some
too.
really weird kid.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing, bro?
And it was always really funny to see because it was like, oh, that's rare. Like,
It was like especially funny at Planet West because like
yeah,
everyone could afford a fucking iPod. Like someone had to make the conscious choice of I want a
I want
Microsoft
this.
Zune over an iPod.
which is really funny because like I'm watching Strike, the adaptation of the Robert Galbraith books. And instead of Googling stuff, they Bing stuff. They use Bing as their Google or as their search engine.
Is that just maybe no, it can't be. Never mind.
What?
I was gonna ask, like, is that what they use in England? But
No, there's no way.
Google's a fucking global monstrosity.
Yeah,
so
there's no way. They just don't have Google.
No, this is sponsorship for sure.
But it's
I thought it was by J.K. Rowling,
it is.
but you just said some other person.
That was her pseudonym.
But she thought she could get away by selling books under a pseudonym and then be like completely transphobic. Oh, did you hear about the Harry Potter game?
No.
What they did?
No. What happened?
Apparently, in the console Harry Potter game, you can select any gender, and then you can make that gender any like you can have any like voice. So you can make transgender characters in the game.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so funny. Like
In the console games from like the 2000s?
what are you talking?
What are you talking about?
The game that's coming out later this year.
Why is that? Okay, whatever.
What?
Nothing.
It's really funny though.
No, that's fucking
The
hilarious.
developers of this video game literally like gave this like fuck you the J.K. Rowling.
That's exactly what they were doing. Good on them, man. That's hilarious.
That's in games.
I could totally see them doing that in the 2000 games.
Why?
I don't know.
Okay. But yeah,
This episode's off the rails.
it's really
I
funny
love
though.
it.
Like,
Yeah, like they absolutely made a conscious effort of being
oh
like,
yeah, and then like
screw you, lady.
not only made the conscious effort, but then like put out a press release that was like, "Hey, guess what, guys?
Guess we did. You'll never believe it. Okay, well,
Not like we saw any transgender characters in Harry Potter
we barely saw any people of color in the game. Like we had
in the movie.
that's who,
Books.
yeah.
I mean, there was what's his name?
Yeah, Dean Thomas and Cho Chang, and that's
I love
and Lee Jordan.
The one black dude in Harry Potter had like the widest name of the fucking
Dean
book.
Thomas, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, well, okay.
No.
There's Kingsley.
There's Kingsley.
Kingsley
Yeah.
Shacklebolt, who becomes. I did research on this a while back. Don't ask why. He was the longest-serving Minister of Magic in the Wizarding world. So fucking go, Kingsley.
You did that because you were writing an article.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
But he also is like one of the only characters that doesn't have his own Funko Pop.
You look at that.
I'm looking at you, Warner Brothers, you pieces of shit.
Funko's not like.
Go fuck yourself, Funko.
Well,
Even though I bought a bunch of your stuff.
I thought it was really funny.
No, that's amazing.
So. Yeah, I bet J.K. Rowling was pissed at me. Like.
I guarantee you she was pissed. No, but there was some news out of.
I'm sure her daily meetings her assistant's like, there's one last thing.
There's one more
Miss
thing.
Rowling.
We gotta talk about what the developer did.
Yeah.
She's like, blah. Just goes on a tweet storm. Dobby like to fist.
Damn, dude.
Those are my favorite tweets. When she would like daily or like weekly put something else out that was just like absolutely batshit wild about like some character, and then finally people were like, "This is wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Please stop." And then it's like, "Hagrid like to."
Okay.
Good times. But no, I'm trying to get to this mutant story. Jesus.
All right, let's talk about the Mutant story.
People are pissed about this, as they always are pissed about this. Pissed about things. Marvel Studios is in early development of bringing the X-Men into the MCU. This comes from a great website, only because the name is fucking awesome. The Illuminati.
Okay.
The Illuminati. Great name.
Illuminati.
Illuminati.
So like Illuminati, but nerdy.
Yes.
That's stretching it. Okay.
Posted by Richard Nevins. He had this scoop that Marvel Studios is currently developing an X-Men based feature film tentatively titled The Mutants. Ryan, what do you think about them not calling an MCU X-Men movie X-Men and calling it The Mutants?
I think it's really confusing
How so?
because you just had the New Mutants.
Yeah, I thought about that earlier and I was like, oh, that might get a little hairy.
Yeah.
But it's tentative, like we can say that it's tentatively titled. But I think is that
okay? So on the one hand, it is confusing, but on the other, it makes sense because it very clearly differentiates from the Fox movies. Right?
Exactly.
Like if you just started calling your movies like X-Men, blah blah blah, then it looks like it's just a continuation of what Fox Studios is doing. If you rebrand it under Mutants, then at some point, in the movie, they're gonna have to use the phrase X-Men, right? Like that's
for sure. And I think that's why this is a smart move, because you start out with what you really have to do with these characters is just the first thing you have to do is introduce just the concept of mutants. So
which we already have in they call Pietro and
they called them miracles.
They never use the word mutants.
They were not contractually allowed to use the term mutants before they bought 20th Century Fox.
Okay.
So that's why they called them miracles. Baron von Strucker called them miracles in Age of Ultron, and that was their kind of end around of not being able to say mutants. So they have to basically introduce that concept of mutants first before you can get to the logical place of having a whole team of them, i.e. the X-Men. So I get having to reintroduce this and having a true origin story for the mutants. I think that's why it's a great way to have this title. I think that's why this is a great title for this movie. If this is what it stays as. There's no telling if it will actually stay this way.
Is the Fantastic Four part of X-Men?
No, they're separate.
They're completely different.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean,
cool.
Yeah, I don't know. Is there any other that's all there was?
That's pretty much all.
Just the name.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's smart. It's going to be forever. It is going to be really interesting to see how they work it into, how they tie it together within the MCU, how they work it into the next phase or two of Marvel movies.
Yeah, and there's some thought that this is getting released the night before the WandaVision finale, that because what might happen is Wanda fully goes berserker mode and her blast energy goes out throughout the entire Earth.
Yeah.
And that's what creates the mutants. It basically kind of what it did with her, it activated whatever powers she had.
Yeah.
So her kind of what she exploded and created that whole fucking hex thing. She might do that through grief again, and it creates a bunch of mutants throughout the world. And
I would love that.
That's how we get the mutants. So
I hope that's not the case.
I would just get ready for that.
Okay.
I don't know. That's just a theory that I've seen. It makes sense for why they would do that, because it's a pretty easy, logical way of just basically being these people always had these powers, but we had to have this one cataclysmic event to basically activate all of them,
right?
Like MK Ultra or some shit. But we'll see. We have less than 24 hours before we get to watch it, so we'll see. I think this is interesting. I think it's obvious that they were going to bring X-Men / the Mutants in at some point. But I like that they're starting it off at kind of an infancy stage type of thing, where it's we're going to be able to build with these characters.
Yeah, that's a smart way to do it.
Yeah. So good times.
Cool. Moving on.
Yeah. Promising Young Woman, Ryan.
Oh boy.
Holy shit. This movie is nuts.
I'm going to try to make this my thing, giving witty little 1 sentence encapsulations of movies.
You go for that, Ryan.
Okay, this movie was a stark / dark
big SAT words
take on the lacking of good mental health care for the United States. Bro, this lady needed fucking Xanax or something, dude. Like
She obviously needed help. Yes.
she needed clear help. Like she was off her rocker.
Well, okay, let's back up. You can't just be like, this lady was crazy.
I think
not
like
explain what
everyone
happened.
knows what this movie is about at this point. Like we
But
don't have to do much explaining.
Yes, we do. That's the whole reason that you do these types of things, even if you just assume that there are people who are out there who don't know. That is journalism uno o uno.
Right, we're not journalists though.
It's just proper etiquette uno o uno.
Okay.
You just
Fine.
explain
You
what
want
it
to
is.
Why don't you explain?
I will explain what the movie is about.
Okay.
The movie. Let's give the background first. It was directed by Emerald Fennell. Screenplay also Emerald Fennell. I don't know. The cast is Carey Mulligan, who stars in it, supported by Bo Burnham and Alison Brie. The cast in this is surprisingly good. It's surprisingly really, really deep. Bo Burnham, Adam Brody, Christopher Mintz-Plasse, Laverne Cox, Jennifer Coolidge, Stifler's mom, who plays Carey Mulligan's character's mom, Max Greenfield, Clancy Brown, and Alfred Molina, and also comedian Sam Richardson, who's a really funny dude. But he's not too funny in this movie. So it's about this woman. Her name is Cassie. Yeah. Cassie, who she had something traumatic happen in her past. And so she gets,
to one of her friends.
Yeah.
Didn't happen to her.
Yeah. So she has this thing that is it happens to her as well in a way, because it happened to her best friend, and she but
nothing physically happened to her.
No. So you have her going out to clubs acting like she's drunk. She goes home with guys. These guys are supposedly nice guys, but they obviously are trying to have sex with her.
Yeah.
And
inappropriate,
and because she to the exterior is drunk as can be.
She's acting and talks like extremely inebriated.
But the guy doesn't know that. He just thinks that she's drunk, and so he's like, I'm a nice guy. I'm gonna take care of her, and then like takes her home and tries to have sex with her, and then she's like, hey, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
And so it's the story of her kind of dealing with her past traumas, while also getting revenge on the people that have wronged her because she dropped out of med school.
Mm-hmm.
She now works at a coffee shop and meets a guy named Ryan, who is played by Bo Burnham, that she knew from med school. They fall in love. Meanwhile, she is still dealing with trying to basically get revenge for her best friend. And they slowly kind of give you more information about what happened to the friend, but it's very, very much a drip type of thing.
Right.
But you kind of have an idea of what happened, but it's not explicitly said like what had happened to her.
Yeah.
Which I think is kind of and we can get into the review of this now. I think that's one of the best parts about this movie is it leaves your imagination open to what happened and everything that led up to that, what happened in the event, and then what happened after it.
Mm-hmm.
It's not so much focused on what happened, but how people around that event perceive it.
Right.
And how people react to it when somebody comes forward with an allegation of rape. And for the most part, there's not a lot of belief in the accuser. It's very much of oh, well, you did this or you did this. And, it takes a lot of evidence to really believe that this thing happened.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's a story about that. And it's a story about survivors and victims of rape and, what happens to them after they come forward and what happens to the people around them.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I think it's more a story of like the world women have to live in.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? Like, it's not so much of like it being directly about sexual assault, and I mean it is, but it's more of like the kind of like fucked up situations women have to traverse.
And not even just like that they have to traverse because of men, but because of other women as well. Like there's that whole scene with the dean where like the dean isn't even like isn't really helpful at all. Like
Right.
she didn't even remember her friend, but she remembers the guy that like did rape her friend. Like, and she's like, oh yeah, he's such a nice guy. It's like, it's not only just men, it's women as well that they have to traverse sometimes.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, sometimes it can be even worse from other women than it can be from men. But so what was your take on this movie? Like,
I thought it. My thing is always, if a movie makes me highly uncomfortable, then it means that it's doing its job. Like it is telling a story in a way that makes you feel something and makes you feel very uncomfortable in those moments for obvious reasons. And so I think that did that really effectively. I don't know if the ending of this movie is crazy.
Yeah.
It is an absolute fucking roller coaster of an ending. I don't know if that ending is great in a sense, but it works really well in a lot of areas. There's one or two that I just was like, oh, I don't know about that. But for the most part, I really like this movie and I like the message of it. I don't think obviously this character went about, her life how I would sometimes, but like, she was handling her own grief and tragedy and, went through that on her own and tried to handle it. And I think it's conversations that we need to have about sexual assault and sexual violence and how we treat women and what women have to go through. So I think this is at least a good conversation starter.
Yeah. So like this movie's kind of like growing on me the more I think back on it as a whole.
Yeah. And that's the thing. Like halfway through the movie, you were like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah. So
and
like
it's always like for me when you're watching stuff or like we say that, it's in the back of my head, I'm like, let's just wait till the end and see it as a whole.
So, but I would still say like the first 45 minutes of the movie, you're kind of like, okay, this character is, and she's like terribly flawed, right? And she's doing things that, I'm sure the the writer and filmmaker of this movie didn't. Maybe she did, but I don't know. But I don't think she was trying to do this. But like, it doesn't seem to me like they were trying to like move the conversation forward on like the Me Too movement or on like what happens around sexual assault. I think it was more of like this is the effect of sexual assault, and this is like a really dark road it can go down. Because for the first 40 minutes, like you have scenes where she's like clearly being taken advantage of. If she like had been actually intoxicated and these things had happened, like she is clearly being taken advantage of. And there's other scenes where like, fucking McLovin is like high off his ass
and
on
forcing her to do blow. Like
like they're like legitimately you could say like in that situation they're both like fucking gone beyond repair. And like, so like there are situations she puts herself in where it's like, okay, yeah, I get it. You're getting your revenge and like you're like making a statement with like truly bad people. But there's other situations she gets in where it's like, okay, now you're just like literally fucking with people just to fuck with people.
No,
like there's no
exactly
like
what she's doing.
There's no like legitimacy to what you're doing. And I thought going into this movie like this is gonna be a case of where she like hunted down these men and like entrapped them and then like fucking murdered them or something.
I thought there'd be a little bit of this where she like maybe not murdered them, but like did something to them.
Like spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoilers from here on out.
Spoilers from here on out, which by the end of the movie, by her like final act, she did get to the point where she was going to inflict actual harm on somebody.
Yeah, and that was like, and I think that's the thing that was, you always assumed that that's where this was going to go. And then like you finally got to that point, it was just like, Jesus Christ. But I think like the first couple, it was really just about sending a message to them, like, hey, this isn't fucking right. And like, yeah, I am fucking with you. Like,
right.
don't
So like,
do this shit.
That was kind of my
idiot.
point. For the first like half of the movie, it definitely is setting up like the kind of structure of the character.
Yeah.
But there are scenes where it's just like, okay, this isn't like, not only is this not right, this is like a fucked up crazy thing to do to be doing, right?
Yeah.
But then like the last half of the movie, it has a really interesting like twist, and there's like several twists, right? Where she has this relationship with Bo Burnham's character, but then that falls apart because she finds out that he was actually spoilers. He is in the video that like
of her friend being raped.
Right, is the evidence of her friend being raped. So she threatens him, and that's how she finds out where this bachelor party is. And then like that's the last scene where she eventually is like trying to carve her friend's name into this guy that raped her, but in the process the guy actually kills her.
Yeah.
And then like I won't
breaks out of the cuff and like fucking smothers her.
Yeah, we won't spoil like the very ending of the movie, but it takes like it really wraps the entire story into like a very cool ending. And I thought the ending was done like super well.
And the one part, and we will not spoil this bit of it, but like to talk about the ending of the movie, you need to go back a little bit and talk about the scene where she's basically tracking down people who were involved with her friend's like sexual assault and the process of after it.
Right.
And one of the people
it was like the dean of the school who like wouldn't pursue an investigation, the lawyers who had like, defended
Al Monroe,
the rapist. Yeah.
Which is the guy that I wanted to talk about. She tracks down the lawyer, and it's played by Alfred Molina.
Yeah.
And you see, because you always think about like, okay, who like actually defends these people, and do they ever feel remorse? Like, do they ever feel, sorry for what they do?
No, they don't.
Most don't, but I think there has to be a couple that do, and this guy obviously does, and he feels terrible for like basically helping for what they do. And it's really more supposed to be like, this is what lawyers do, because he goes on like an exposition dump,
right,
of what they used to do in like the 80s or 90s, and how it's even easier now to like basically get these guys off of these charges.
Yeah, any lawyer that has a conscience is either not defending these type of clients at all, or aren't taking these types of cases, right?
Yeah.
So I enjoyed the movie. The kind of like bigger problem I have with it is like there's been this conversation around this movie of like how this is so empowering for women, and this is like a good step in the Me Too movement to kind of like
that's a little weird.
That's like what I don't get, where like Carey Mulligan and the director
Emerald Fennell, Fennell,
were like being trumpeted as like these great Me Too social justice warriors, right? Like that's kind of weird around like this kind of movie, because it's like,
I mean,
do we want our women do we want women to be watching this, especially like young women in high school or college? Is this the message we want them to be like kind of internalizing, that if anything happens like they're justified in doing this kind of thing, or that like all men are like, for better or worse, just shitty people, like all men are kind of like are capable of sexual assault? Or
I think it's supposed to be all men are capable of sexual assault, and in the end they're going to get their comeuppance, that they're going to have to face the repercussions for what they've done eventually at some point. And
it's not even true. Like that's just not true.
But I think that's the message that they're trying to send, is, and especially as we understand more about sexual assault and rape and sexual violence, that we will believe women more and will have more evidence to basically put these guys away who do this type of shit.
Right.
And maybe it's supposed to be the more people that are vigilant, the more that this doesn't go unheard, the more that this doesn't go unpunished. And I think that's supposed to be the message of like, we all need to be aware of what actually happens and that anybody is capable of this and that we can't just not believe women when this type of stuff happens, that we need to keep an open mind across the board. And we need to go look because there is a video of this woman being raped. And it's like, hey, we need to have that stuff out in the open and we need to not slut shame people.
Right.
And like what the lawyer says is like, oh, we could go find one photo now of her drunk, passed out somewhere, and a jury will basically throw it out because like she's like, oh, she asked for it. Mm-hmm. Like it's that, I think, conversation that this is really supposed to be having.
Yeah. Well, no, I think I think the appropriate conversation around this movie is like for victims of sexual assault and their loved ones, like this is the long-term lasting effects of those types of things happening. Mm-hmm. And this is like, and this is what movies are like. This is the most like hyperbolic like effect of like an assault. Mm-hmm. Right. So,
and I think the thing that is really good about this movie, and I read this on Twitter a while back. So like, because somebody was comparing this movie to Pieces of a Woman, mm-hmm. which is Vanessa Kirby.
Yeah.
They said that they like this movie a whole lot more because it doesn't actually depict the rape. You never see the actual rape happen. You hear it in the camera or in the phone, but it's never explicitly shown. Whereas it is in Pieces of a Woman. And so it's for people who have
spoilers.
I haven't seen it.
I had no idea that's what it was about.
Oh yeah, it's all about rape too.
It's an interesting choice to have Shia LaBeouf in it then.
In that movie, they actually show it, and so it's really triggering for people who have experienced that. Mm-hmm. And so it's a lot more tasteful, or whatever you want to call it, to not really show the action or act happening. You just hint at it. And you don't even really show the suicide. You don't even show that. You just hint at it. Yeah. Because we all know what happens there. We all know.
Well, it's not ever like explicitly said it's a suicide. It's just said she's dead.
Yeah. I mean, it's said that she's dead, and it's heavily implied that.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's a good movie. It's like.
Did you like this more than Nomadland?
Fuck yeah.
Do you think you'll like this more than Minari?
Probably not.
Did you like this more than Judas and the Black Messiah?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Like I think this is better than Nomadland, which I think Nomadland's going to win Best Picture, but
I mean, in no way am I like, in no fucking world should this win Best Picture though. There's no way.
I think we need to see Minari and then like have that discussion. Like, okay, I'm not ready.
I'll say this.
I'm not ready to say it should.
In a normal year,
yeah.
In no fucking world should this win Best Picture.
Yeah.
Like, I will say though, there was some like shots in this movie that were just like put together so well.
The cinematography and the camera work in this was insane.
Like the color composition of different scenes and like the parents' home that was basically like a very weird 1970s decor. Like that was done really, really well.
The wedding scene at the end was shot really well too.
Yeah, and if I ever have a wedding, I want my wedding to be like that. That's some hippie fucking like.
That shit was funny.
Yeah, that was really fun.
I thought this was a really well done movie.
What's your Jindo Max Head rating on this one?
4.5.
Damn, dude, it's high.
Yeah, I gave it a pretty high rating. I really enjoyed this movie. I really thought it was poignant and timely, and I think that Carey Mulligan absolutely acts her ass off. And Bo Burnham is fucking hilarious in this movie too. So
Bo Burnham is a lot funnier in this movie than he actually is in anything else.
Yeah. So I mean, their chemistry together worked really, really well. So
yeah.
That really made this movie. So I would tell people to go see it. What about you? What is your max Jindo head rating, Ryan?
I think a 3.75.
Okay.
For this one. Yeah. Which, do you remember what I gave Nomadland? It was in the 2s, right?
I think it's 2.75.
Okay. So like I like this considerably more than
Nomadland. It's great. It's really, really good. It's really well done. It's shot beautifully. So I'm interested to see how it does the rest of award season. It's definitely getting nominated for Best Picture. I don't think there's a question there. So we'll see what happens with Promising Young Woman. It is on Amazon. You can buy it for $20 like we did. Yay.
I think that was we rented it for $20.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's not available for purchase yet.
Oh my. Do we got some stuff in the Q&A, Ryan?
Yeah, so this is gonna be like a wide swing from Promising Young Woman, but some Amber Heard news out there, maybe.
Yeah, I've been seeing rumors.
Speaking of believing all women,
nothing concrete that I've seen, just like rumors, and then people debunking those rumors. So I don't know if there's anything true.
So I looked it up, and it seems like there wasn't anything definitive that she had been fired. It's just that someone at Warner Bros. Came out and said that her job isn't as safe as most people think it is. So there's
Interesting.
A big opportunity for her to be released at some point.
Yeah, I think if anything else comes out in like the lawsuits that they have coming up, because I think there's one or two more that they have.
Yeah.
Then yeah, she's gonna get let go. But yeah, like as of right now, I think she's still attached to Aquaman too. So
yeah, she is, but hopefully. I honestly I honestly don't give a fuck really
about her.
Yeah, about her being in the movie. I mean, it's not like if she truly was the instigator and what happened in between her and Johnny Depp, it's not fair that she wasn't fired when he was, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't give a fuck. She's like an inconsequential. Yeah, maybe I do. No, I'm gonna say about that. I do.
I was about to say, dude. I'm like over here, just like I don't know where the hell you're going with this. It's like, yeah, I give a shit. Like,
yeah,
if she was physically abusing him, and here's the thing, if they're physically abusing each other, then like they need fucking help, and they don't need to be making movies. They don't need to be making millions of dollars making movies. They need to get themselves some goddamn help.
Yeah,
and like come back when they're better,
bro. But
if you're making the decision to kick an actor off, but then literally, and here's the damnedest thing about it. It's not even another fucking studio that's keeping her employed. It's the same goddamn studio that fired Johnny Depp. It is the most ass backwards hypocritical thing that you can do.
It's not though. It is. In
like
in any type of rational reality, it is. But in the Me Too world of Hollywood, it is right in line with.
But it's not even and here's the thing. It's not like she has, like you said, it's an inconsequential character in this fucking franchise.
Yeah.
Recast it. It's not that big of a deal.
Fucking kill her off. Who cares?
It doesn't matter. Just get somebody new. You're Warner Brothers, for Christ's sake. If it's not that big of a character.
Get another character, dye her hair red.
Just get her in there. It's fine. Or have the literal best casting that you could ever have in the world and get Emilia Clarke.
Emilia Clarke?
Get Emilia Clarke back in there. Team her up with freaking Jason Momoa, and then you've got the Game of Thrones duo back. People will cream their jorts. I do not understand how it's this difficult.
People will lose their minds, dude.
Yes, they would. It's so dumb. Warner Brothers makes stuff way too fucking complicated for themselves when they have the answer staring them in the face, and they just don't want to admit when they've made a mistake.
Yeah,
that's it.
Well,
and it's so annoying.
Anyways,
there's my rant. Warner Brothers. I'm reading that. Okay, but I'm just gonna say it. I'm reading a book called "Release the Snyder Cut." Mm-hmm. Some of the shit that happened behind the scenes, most of this I'd already heard about, but there's some of it where they didn't want to delay the movie. Because if they delayed the movie, then it would have been after they finished the AT&T Time Warner merger, which meant that the people that were the CEO of DC Films or Warner Media wouldn't have gotten their bonuses. So that's why they didn't delay it whenever Joss Whedon got joined Justice League. So literally, the only reason we didn't have more time to make a good Justice League movie
because of some execs.
Because execs wanted their fucking bonuses. Those are the decisions that are being made for these movies. I'm sorry, that's bullshit. And it's people like that you deserve to have your movies bomb if that is your justification.
For sure.
For keeping 100%. Your shit. Screw you, get the fuck out of this. You wonder why Marvel is doing so well. because they don't have people in there. They like making money. Everybody likes making money, but they're doing it for the right reasons. Where they're doing it for these characters, and it's a dude that like has literally been described as when you walk into his office, it's just walls of comic books, and like, statues.
That's the reason Warner Brothers will always be number 2.
Yeah. So,
anyways,
got that rant.
Yeah. Okay, a couple more questions. We'll answer the last 2, then we gotta wrap her up. Who do we think will be the surprise cameo in WandaVision tomorrow?
Doctor Strange for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay. So you get some Benedict Cumberbatch action.
You said Thanos a while back.
I was completely kidding.
Yeah, I know you were joking. I'm gonna say Doctor Strange for sure.
Okay.
I can't really think of another person. Oh, some people are thinking that Mark Hamill's going to show up and play Nightmare.
Mark Hamill. Oh. Yeah. No.
Because people are like Luke Skywalker level cameo.
No.
And I was like, I like the idea, but I don't think that's going to happen.
I mean, if it's Mark Hamill level, it either have to be Tom Holland, Chris Evans, or RBJ. So
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah, RDJ.
I can see Captain Marvel.
Oh, you think? Okay, yeah. If they brought in Brie Larson, I wouldn't be at all shocked at that.
I bet you it's either going to be Doctor Strange or Captain Marvel.
Okay,
because that would make a whole lot of sense with Monica Rambeau's character. What's the other question?
Apparently, there's rumors flying around that. Okay, so rumors flying around that J.J. Abrams is going to be doing a Superman movie.
Yes.
They might cast Michael B. Jordan.
Yes. So they hired, what was his name? He was a journalist, and they're hiring him to write.
And we haven't seen Without Remorse yet. We saw the trailer.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that Monday, maybe.
Yeah.
That looks fucking badass.
Looks nuts. Oh, come on. Oh, yeah, okay. Ta-Nehisi Coates to write new Superman movie for Warner Brothers. It's going to be produced by J.J. Abrams, and there is thought that they are going to introduce the Black Superman into the story.
So that was in the comics, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
So I think that the thought is because Michael B. Jordan was hired by Warner Brothers to come in and write stuff for them. And he wanted to do a black Superman, but at the time they were kind of like,
I would say if they're going to do that, they shouldn't go with Michael B. Jordan now.
Why?
Because of Black Panther.
I can see that.
Yeah, I don't think you want to do that. I think you need to get someone else.
John Boyega.
No.
Ray Fisher.
Who?
Guy who plays Cyborg. They're not doing that either.
No.
No, I think like Michael B. Jordan would be really, really good. I don't know who else they could get just off the top of my head, but they could get somebody really, really good to do it. Who?
Kaluuya.
Who? Oh shit!
You would have to get ripped. I don't know.
He was in Black Panther too. He was like.
He was like a background dude.
Nah, so he was like. So there's Black Panther's like lieutenant type thing. Okay. It's like his best friend, and he like betrays him and goes over to Kilgrave's side. He's in it. Like,
never mind. Fuck me. Okay.
Yeah. So, God, who else?
John David Washington. Perfect.
Yeah.
I would be so fucking behind John David Washington being.
You have such a love-hate relationship.
With I do.
John David Washington. Jesus, Ryan.
That'd be really fucking.
That'd be pretty fucking cool. Actually.
Yeah. Especially if you could get Denzel to do like.
Oh my God!
If he could be a fucking Cal or
Jor-El.
Yeah,
that'd be insane.
Could you imagine?
Warner Brothers,
call us.
That'd be awesome. No, that'd be so dope.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Nah, that's it.
Nope. Well, this has been another jam-packed episode of the Furloughed Film Talks podcast. We will be back Monday to break down the season/series finale of WandaVision on Disney Plus. We will be doing that Monday. But everybody check out the Instagrams at Furloughed Film Talks and Twitter at Furloughed Film. Subscribe to the YouTube Furloughed Film Talks. Tell 3 of your friends about the show. We'd really appreciate it. We are coming up on our 100th episode, which is going to be insane.
Be fun.
But everybody have a great weekend. Be safe, and we will see y'all on Monday.
Adios, amigos.